Good morning, students. In last video, we discussed about de Broglie wave equation and Heisenberg uncertainty principle, as well as Schrodinger wave equation. By the consideration of all the things, we discussed about quantum mechanical model. Now, in this session, we discussed the electron present in an atom in which orbit and how can we distinguish between two electrons. That can be explained by quantum numbers, mechanical quantum numbers. Those are said to be which one? Quantum numbers. Primarily, we have 4 quantum numbers are there. Right? These quantum numbers are useful, like while you are posting a letter, we require which one? Address, means state, district. After that, which one? Mandal, village or town, street, and finally pin code. So how can we distinguish the particular letter go to the particular address? Like that only we can calculate or we can estimate it where the electron and which electron that can be estimated by the quantum numbers. Okay. So now in this session we discuss about the which one? Quantum numbers. Primarily we have 4 quantum numbers: principal, quantum number, second one azimuthal quantum number, third one magnetic quantum number, and finally spin quantum number. So we have how many quantum numbers? Principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and spin quantum number. Now we discuss one by one about the 4 quantum numbers. First one, principal quantum number. We discuss about the which one? Principal quantum number. First one, it is given by R, produced by which one? Niels Bohr. Niels Bohr. Which one? Principal quantum number was given by Bohr, and it represents with and it is represented with which one? Small n. And it represents with a small. That means the n value starts from 1, 2, 3 and so on. That means here n equal to 1 means it indicates number of stationary shells. That means if n equal to 1, that is K shell. N equal to 2, that represents which one? L shell. N equal to 3 means M shell. So like that only, these n values represents the which one? Shells. N value represents stationary shells. Which one? Stationary shells. So if n equal to which one? N equal to 1 means that represents a K shell, K stationary shell. If n equal to 2 means that represents which one? L stationary shell. N equal to 3 that represents which one? M shell. So as the n value increases, increases, what happens? The size of orbit as well as energy also increases. That means this is the nucleus, first orbit, second orbit, third orbit, fourth orbit, like this. This is the nucleus, where it is n equal to 1, n equal to 2, n equal to 3, n equal to 4. That means this one K shell, L, M, P. So what happened once observe? As the K, L, M, N represents stationary shells. As the n value increases, the radius increases. The radius means size of the orbit increases, as well as the energy of the orbit also will be increases. That given by which one? Niels Bohr. And one more interesting thing, number of electron in an orbit or stationary shell equal to 2n square. Equal to which one? 2n square. So number of electron in an orbit or a stationary shell equal to which one? 2n square. That means notice, if n equal to 1, then what happens? Substitute the value in n place, 2 into 1 square, nothing but which one? 2 into 1 square means 2. That means n equal to 1 means a which shell? K shell. K shell consisting of how many electrons? 2 electrons only. As well as if n equal to 2, that implies what happened? 2 into 2 square means 2 into 4, nothing but which one? 8. That means L shell accommodate how many electrons? 8 electrons. As well as if n equal to 3, then what happened? It gives 3 3s are 9, 9 2s are 18. So 18 electrons. That means K, L, M shall accommodate how many electrons? 18 electrons. So like that only the n value means which one? The principal quantum number also gives the information about number of electrons present in a stationary shell or an orbit, as well as number of orbitals or subshells present in an orbit equal to n square. Which one? N square. Which one? Number of orbitals. This one number of electrons. This one number of orbitals. Means if n equal to 1, then what happens? The first K shell consists how many orbitals? Only one orbital, that is S. That is which one? S orbital. So if n equal to 2, that means which one? L shell, that consisting of how many orbitals? 4 orbitals. 2 square. 2 square means which one? N equal to 1. 1 square, nothing but 1. N equal to 2. 2 square means 4. That also which one? N equal to 2 means which one? L shell. This will be accommodates 4. That is 1 S orbital as well as 1 P orbital. That is 2S, 2P. Finally, this P consisting of 3 sub-energy levels are degenerate orbitals. That means the P consisting of which one? 3. So 1, 2, 3 plus this one. Totally how many? 4. As well as n equal to 3 means how many? 9 orbitals. That means S, P, D. S orbital consisting of 1 and P orbital consisting of 3. D orbital consisting of which one? 5. Okay, totally 5 plus 3, 8, 8 plus 1, 9. So n square principle also gives us which one? Number of orbitals or subshells present in which one? Given orbit. That is the information given by which one? Principal quantum number. Also, we can calculate the angular momentum of an electron. You know that already mv are equal to nh by 2 pi. Here n is called as which one? Principal quantum number. So from the principal quantum number we can also be calculated which one? Angular momentum of an electron. So that is the which one? Principal quantum number. So principal quantum number was given by which one? Bohr, and it represents with which one? Small n. The n value starts from 1, 2, 3. That means the designated with which one? KLM shells. So as the n value increases, what happens? The size, that means the radius of the orbit as well as energy also increases. So if the n value represents known, the number of electrons in an orbit can be calculated as a principal 2n square, as well as the number of orbitals or subshells can be calculated by which one? N square. That is about the information by which one principal quantum number, as well as we have also calculated the angular momentum of the electron mv equal to nh by 2 pi, where n is the principal quantum number which starts from 1, 2, 3 and so on. That is the integral multiples of h by 2 pi. Clear? So that is about the principal quantum number. What is the next one? Azimuthal quantum number. Or angular momentum quantum number, or subsidiary quantum number, are also called as a secondary quantum number. Secondary quantum number. So these are all the names of which one? Azimuthal quantum number, or angular quantum number, or subsidiary quantum number, or secondary quantum number. So these are all the names of the quantum number of which one? Azimuthal quantum. It is given by which one? Given by Sommerfeld. It is given by Sommerfeld and represents with small n. Represents with a small n. So, according to Sommerfeld, which one? From the Azimuthal quantum number, the L values are from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on, and minus 1 values. That means here that azimuthal quantum number describes this quantum number describes the shape of orbital or structure. This is the most important here. Which one? The quantum number describes which one? Shape of orbital. Shape of orbital. That means we can calculate the probability function. That means psi square value. From the psi square value, where the maximum probability to find the electron is called as which one? Orbital. Later we discuss about the difference between orbital and orbital. From the psi square value, we can find the which one? Shape of orbital. That means the spatial arrangement of electron around the nucleus. The maximum probability to look at the electron is called as which one? Shape of an orbital. That will describe by which quantum number? Azimuthal quantum number or angular momentum quantum number. Okay, as well as for a particular n value, if n equal to 1, that means what happened? The L value is n minus 1, that equal to 1 minus 1 equal to 0. So that represents which one? That represents S orbital. That means for n equal to 1, L equal to 0, that represents which one? S orbital. As well as if n equal to 2, L value is which one? N minus 1, that is 2 minus 1, that equal to which one? 1. That represents which one? As well as if n equal to 3, then L equal to 3. So L equal to 2. That represents which one? D orbital. If n equal to 4, then what is the L value? 3. Because n minus 1. Then what happened? That represents F orbital. As well as if n equal to 5, then L equal to 4, that represents G orbital. So once observe here, S, P, D, F, G. What is the significance of S, P, D, F? These are all the spectral terms. These are all the which one? Spectral terms. Means these spectral terms signifies as a S means this is an S orbital, that is sharp, as well as a P, which one? Principal. D, diffused. F, fundamental. G, generalized. So these are all the spectral terms. Spectral terms. That means S orbital. Why we call it S orbital? Sharp. P means which one? Principal. D means diffuse. F means fundamental. G means which one? Generalized. So for a particular n value, you have N and L and orbital. n equal to 1, L value is 0, that is s orbital. N equal to 2, L equal to 1, that is p orbital. N equal to 3, L equal to which one? 2, because L equal to which one? N minus 1. So what happened? That is d orbital. N equal to 4, that means which one? 3, that is f orbital. N equal to 5, 4, that is g orbital. So the first orbital which one? K shell consisting of only s orbital, and the second shell consisting of which one? P, as well as along with the s orbital sp, and which one? N equal to 3, d orbital. N equal to 4, L equal to 3, that is f orbital. N equal to 5, L equal to 4, that is g orbital. That means p orbital starts from which one? Second orbit. D orbital starts from which one? Third orbit, that means m shell. And f orbital starts from which one? N. Like that, these orbitals designated in specified stationary shells or stationary orbits. Clear? And so from this, why these are named as SPD means SPDF are which one? A spectral terms. On the spectral terms we call as which one? S for sharp, P for principal, D for which one? Diffused, F for fundamental, and G for generalized. And from that, the angular momentum of an electron, that is mu L, also be calculated as root over L into L plus 1 h by 2 pi. So that is the which one? Angular momentum can also be calculated by using a which one? Azimuthal quantum number, as well as the magnetic momentum of an electron also be calculated which one? Mu equal to root over L into L plus 1 into. So this is the angular momentum of an electron. This is the magnetic momentum of an electron. Magnetic momentum calculated as a which one? L into L plus 1 Bm, where Bm is called as Bohr magneton. Bohr magneton is the unit for which one? Magnetic momentum. And that is equal to root over L into L plus 1 into h by 2 pi. So the angular momentum as well as magnetic momentum also be calculated by which one? Azimuthal quantum number L value. Clear? That is about the azimuthal quantum number, which is given by which one? Sommerfeld. Which one given by Sommerfeld. Okay. Now another one is a magnetic quantum number. And one more thing here. The maximum number of electrons, accommodated in a subshell is given by azimuthal quantum number as 2 into 2L plus 1. Once observe, the maximum number of electrons accommodated in which one? A subshell. subshells are which one? S, P, D, F are the subshells. That means if L equal to 0, that one which one? S subshell. The S subshell accommodate how many electrons? Substitute the L value. 2 into 0 plus 1. So 2 into 0, 0 plus 1 means 1. 1 into 2 means 2. That means S orbital accommodates how many electrons? S orbital accommodates 2 electrons. Okay. Same as if L equal to 1, that means which orbital? P orbital. So if we substitute the L value, 2 into 1 plus 1. So 2 into 1 means 2, plus 1 means 3. 2 into 3 means 6. That means the P orbital accommodates how many electrons? 6 electrons. As well as if L equal to 2, which subshell? That is D. The D subshell can accommodate how many electrons? Means 2 into which one? D is which one? 2 plus 1. So 2 2s are 4 plus 1. How much? 5. 5 2s are 10. That means D orbital can accommodate how many electrons? 10 electrons. As well as if L equal to 3, that means which orbital? F orbital. It will accommodate 2 into this one. 2 3s are 6. 6 plus 1 7. 7 2s are 14. That means the F orbital accommodate how many electrons? 14 electrons. These are subshell and accommodated electrons. So S orbital accommodates how many electrons? 2 electrons. Where the P subshell accommodates how many electrons? 6. And D accommodates which one? 10 electrons. And F accommodates which one? 14 electrons. So all these constants are from which one? On the base of azimuthal quantum number L. Now another quantum number which is magnetic quantum number. Magnetic quantum number. This is given by Landé or some of people like this. Generally, Landé or somehow like this, LINDE, no problem matter. So the previous scientist which one? Landé proposed the which one? Magnetic quantum number, and it represents with a small m. Which one? Represents with a small m. Now, what the magnetic quantum number describes? The magnetic quantum number describes this quantum number describes the orientation of orbital around the nucleus. Which one? The orientation of orbital around the nucleus is described by which one? Magnetic quantum number. That means on the basis of magnetic quantum number only we have gives the information about degenerate orbitals. Means absence of either magnetic or electrical field while you are observing the spectral lines. Those spectral lines appears as a single line. When we apply some external magnetic field, what happened? those spectral lines split into some more lines. That means fine spectrum, what we have previously learned in Bohr atomic model. That is the main drawback of Bohr atomic model. That is the Zeeman effect and Stark effect. What happened in that case? While you are applying external magnetic field or while you are applying external electrical field, what happened? Those spectral lines split into fine spectrum. So why should it happen? Means absence of magnetic field, all these orbitals are appears as a single one. But while in the presence of a magnetic field, these orbitals are split. That means the subenergy levels, what we call as subshells, those are split into different spectral lines. That means it gives degenerate orbitals. Degenerate orbitals means the orbitals having the same energy. So that will be given here by which one? Magnetic quantum number. So the concept of degenerate orbitals will be given by the concept of degenerate orbitals given by which one? Magnetic quantum number by Zeeman effect. Okay, are you sure? Here the concept of degenerate means the orbitals having same energy. The orbitals having same energy are called which one? Degenerate orbitals. That means in the previous topic only we discussed the p accommodates 6 electrons. That one, the p subshell consisting of 3 parts, as well as d orbital accommodates 10 electrons. That means that consisting of 5, as well as f accommodates 14, that consisting of which one? 7. So that will be explained in which one? Magnetic quantum number. That means the magnetic quantum values are the values of magnetic quantum number m equal to 2l plus 1 values. That is from plus L to minus L including 0. For example, if L equal to 0, means if we substitute the value in this one, what we got here? 2 into 0, 0 plus 1 means 1. That means m have only one value, that is 0. Only one value, that is 0. So, whereas if L equal to 1, then what happened? Means m have how many values? 2 into 1. If we substitute L value here, what happened? 2 into 1 means 2 plus 1, 3. That means m have 3 values. M have 3 values. That is which one? From which to which one? Minus plus L to minus L, or minus L to plus L, whatever it may be. Minus L to plus L. So what is the one here? Minus 1. Which one? 0 and plus 1. So once observe here, L equal to 1 means which subshell? P subshell. L equal to 0 means which subshell? S subshell. That means the P subshell have how many degenerate orbitals? 3 degenerate orbitals. That one is termed as a which one? Px, Py, Pz. That means these 3 Px, Py, Pz orbitals are same energy. Clear? So that's why this concept, which one? The magnetic quantum number gives a degenerate orbitals, as well as the which one? The orientation of orbital around the nucleus. Same as if L equal to 2, that means which one? Which orbital? D orbital. Means m have how many values? Substitute here L equal to 2 means what happened? 2 2s are 4. 4 plus 1, 5. That means 5 values. That is the d orbital consisting of 5 degenerate orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4. What happened? From minus L to which one? Plus L. That means minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 1. Clear? So that is the maximum number of which one? Subsets. That means maximum number of energy levels, degenerate orbitals accommodate in each subshell given by which one? Magnetic quantum number. And the orientation of orbital means around the nucleus it will be given. Clear? So that is the which one? Magnetic quantum number. Now finally which one? Spin quantum number. Finally spin quantum number. It is given by which one? Two familiar scientists. One is Uhlenbeck and Gaudsmith. Uhlenbeck and which one? Gaudsmith. It gives the information which one? Means the spin quantum number describes this quantum number describes the spinning of electron on its own axis. On its own axis, spinning of electron. So here the spinning may be either clockwise or in anti-clockwise. We have two possibilities, either clockwise spin or anti-clockwise spin. So the spinnings are two types. That is clockwise and anti-clockwise. So the spin values are, if it is a clockwise, here is clockwise, consider as a plus half, as well as if it is anti-clockwise, consider as a which one? Minus half. That means the electron, if it is in clockwise means electron spinning like this, if it is in anti-clock means like this, or simply this one is a clockwise, this one is anti-clockwise. So if an electron spins on one axis in clockwise, that value is which one? Plus half, and if it is in anti-clockwise, that spin value is considered as a which one? Minus half, and represents while you are denoting the electron above the arrow and below the arrow. That means upward arrow and downward arrow. Upward arrow means that shows the positive value, downward arrow means shows the negative value. It means negative value means in sense of anti-clockwise, upward arrow means positive value means it is in clockwise. That is the which one? Spinning of electron. As well as which one? The electron angular momentum. The angular momentum can also be calculated as mu equals to root over s into s plus 1 into h by 2 pi, as well as the spinning of electron. That means the total spin of atom, the total spinning of an atom calculated as n into half, where n is a number of unpaired electrons. Which one? Where n is the number of unpaired electrons. So from that one we calculate how many number of electron pairs, unpaired electrons are there. That gives the which one? Spinning of an atom. The spin of an atom. Here, that is the which one? Spin quantum number. So spin quantum number gives a which one? Spinning of electron around its own axis. So it have two possibilities, either in clockwise or in anti-clockwise. If it is in clockwise, it gives a which one? Positive value. If it is in anti-clockwise, it gives a which one? Negative value. That means a plus of and minus of. That will be given by the familiar scientists Uhlenbeck and Gauss-Smith. Clear? In this session, we study which one? About the four quantum numbers: principal quantum number, transcendental quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and which one? Spin quantum number. Later we discuss in the next video.